President Donald Trump has made huge picks for the CFTC chairman and the head of the OCC. Both candidates are pro-crypto. I'll give you the details there. And Franklin Templeton expands their tokenized asset fund onto the Solana blockchain. And the Cboe is filing for staking in the Ethereum ETF. I'll give you the details. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, I want to kick it off by talking about Bitcoin and what we may see next. Analyst Kevin Svensson shared a great chart highlighting Bitcoin on the weekly and specifically the RSI, showing that there's going to be a breakout of the downward trend for the RSI. And what we've seen historically in this bull market, when that break happens, Bitcoin goes on a rally. The most recent was, of course, in Q4, it went up 100%. Now, there could be a further downside where the RSI goes a little bit down and then it breaks through, but it could break through any time in this month. And I've been saying that I believe the latter half of February is going to be bullish. I think the markets start to rally. So Kevin said weekly RSI breakouts are among the most bullish and reliable signals. Sentiment is always at the lowest point when they happen. And what we've been seeing is the sentiment has returned to fear. People are getting fearful. Oh no, this is happening to macro. In addition, they're getting frustrated and bored. This is the worst bull market ever. You just start to see these comments and you see the frustration. And because I've been here since 2016, I notice it right away. And I'm not caught up in these type of things because I know the bull market's not over based on different indicators, data, signals, and much more. And the charts here are aligning for the next move, guys. And like I said, I think the latter half of February, so maybe we got a week or so or more, a little bit more before the Bitcoin starts to bounce. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to storm out the gates and hit $120,000 in a week, right? It's going to be in phases, as we've seen historically. But if we get a breakout there and the bulls get back into control, you know what happens, guys. And Bitcoin leads the market, and then the altcoins will follow. Also, speaking of macro factors, I've been telling you guys about global liquidity and what the Fed may be doing. Well, China, look at this. They continue to inject liquidity. We just got news that China's central bank has injected 125.8 billion yuan via 7-day reverse repos. So we know the name of the game when it comes to the fiat system, and that is they have to continue to print. They have to continue to raise their debt ceiling. This is how the fiat system works, and it drives asset prices higher. Crypto, stocks, real estate, precious metals, and so forth. I've been saying over the past couple of years that we are in a macro bull market for all asset classes, but nothing moves like crypto. Crypto's the fastest horse in the race, like Paul Tudor Jones said. So eventually you're going to see the macro align to the charts, and the charts are going to turn bullish. And then we're going to continue the bull run, and then people will forget this painful consolidation phase. And you learn from these moments. It's important to learn from them because they're great teachers, and it helps build your market understanding and how to train your emotions. Because the emotional part of this is what's tough for many people. Now, Fed Chair Jerome Powell testified before Congress again today, and he said the Federal Reserve won't block banks from serving legal crypto customers. So the language is changing big time. We've been talking about the FDIC saying they're going to roll back their restrictive policies. And of course, the SEC repealed SOB 121 just about a month ago, so banks can be able to participate with crypto. So if the Federal Reserve is saying, hey, it's okay, they can do it, you know what's coming. So I expect this year banks are going to adopt crypto in many different ways. They're going to build financial products. They're going to launch stable coins and much more. So the setup for the continuation of the bull market is here, folks. Now, today, Donald Trump announced 2 nominations, one for the CFTC and the other for the OCC. For the CFTC, he nominated Brian Quintenz. Many of you may recall I interviewed him a couple of times over the years. He was a former CFTC commissioner. He currently works at A16Z, but he's going to be the chairman. He tweeted out, "It has been my great honor to be nominated by President Donald Trump as the next chairman of the CFTC, where I had served as a commissioner in his last administration. The CFTC plays a critical role in maintaining robust hedging and price discovery markets that are the envy of the globe. He continues and so forth, but he's a great pick. If you recall my interview with him, very smart, understands the market very well. And I interviewed him, I think it was my first interview or my second, back in September 2021, and where he made a big statement that he absolutely despises regulation through enforcement. And this was the time Gensler was attacking the industry, right? And he's another pro crypto person that's really going to help push things forward. And speaking of pushing things forward, Eleanor Terrett of Fox Business is reporting that with digital assets becoming a top priority for regulators, the SEC and the CFTC are currently discussing ways in which they can effectively collaborate on crypto regulation. Fox Business has learned one idea is to reinstate the charter for the CFTC SEC Joint Advisory Committee, which was established in 2010 to provide a vehicle for discussion on emerging regulatory issues that affect both agencies. The committee has been inactive since 2014. So we absolutely need collaboration between these agencies and to iron out all the details and who's going to handle what and get legislation through. And of course, Hester Peirce is heading up the crypto task force. So things are up and running there. We just reported yesterday about the pausing of lawsuits and cases like the Binance case. The SEC and Binance agreed they're going to do a 60-day pause. And the same could happen for Ripple, Coinbase, Kraken. And even as Paul Atkins comes in at the SEC as chairman, we could see a lot of these non-fraud cases get dropped and settled and all these things. So exciting times, folks, where the stars are aligning here. We have the right people being put into office. We're starting to see action. So things are heating up and they're moving in the right direction. Now, Trump also picked former Bitfury executive Jonathan Gould to lead the OCC, signaling ongoing shift to crypto-friendly regulators. So another big pick, another pro-crypto pick. So Jonathan Gould was previously chief legal officer at Bitfury, and before that, he was senior deputy comptroller and chief counsel at the OCC. So he has a background in the OCC. So Trump's reported move to tap Gould to lead the OCC will help the agency to work with lawmakers to move crypto bills, said Blockchain Association's Ron Hammond. Now, remember, Brian Brooks was at the OCC years back, and he gave the green light to banks to be able to hold crypto. But then Elizabeth Warren and her clown army came in, right? Sherrod Brown and all these guys, and put a stop to that. But now we're getting exposed for trying to unbank the crypto industry, Operation Choke Point 2.0. So now we're going to have someone who's pro-crypto back at the OCC. So this side of the agency world is going to help push crypto through, guys. So this is what I'm talking about with the stars coming into alignment here. It's very bullish. I'm so bullish on this year. I've been telling you guys we are in the macro fifth wave, and there's going to be volatility. There's going to be chop along the way. That's how it is if you've experienced previous bull markets, right? And yes, there are some macro headwinds, but they're not permanent. They're short term, and there has been no invalidation of the market. And then you have the government and the industry in alignment, legislation, the proper people coming into place. So things are moving in the right direction, and all of this, will culminate in more adoption, higher prices, and so forth. Now, the Cboe BZX Exchange files proposed change to allow staking for 21 shares Ethereum ETF. This is a big component to Ethereum, the ability to stake and earn those passive rewards. Well, it's not available in the ETF, right? Because Gensler, remember, he was calling staking a security. He was calling stablecoins a security. He was calling everything a security. But we know that nonsense has ended. So I think you're going to see the SEC this year green light staking and allowing exchanges and so forth to do it. And it makes sense that they're going to add it into the Ethereum ETF. So big news. And remember, the Cboe BZX, they recently filed a 19B-4s for the XRP ETF and others. So they have been doing a lot of work here trying to get things through. So the ETF race continues here, guys. And Bloomberg's James Seyffert alluded to this filing being the first ETF to file with the SEC to allow for staking. So you can imagine the other competitors are going to follow suit, right? Game theory, no one wants to get left behind. And I think it's going to attract a lot of capital to Ethereum's ETF because people can earn the passive rewards, which is a great benefit. I personally stake ETH. I stake Solana, Cardano as well, Algorand, anything that's proof of stake. I'm earning the passive rewards, especially if I'm holding the token. So that's a great benefit of crypto. Now, guys, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Propy, which is bringing real estate on chain. I've often told you guys about the future is tokenized. They're going to tokenize securities, commodities, and much more. Real estate will have to be included in there, and real estate is a massive asset class. Well, Propy allows you to buy and sell property around the world using blockchain technology, guys. It's revolutionary. They are ahead of the curve, and they are a licensed Web3 pioneer. They've been operating since 2017. In fact, I'm a Propy token holder. It's the Pro token, PRO, and they have facilitated over 4 billion transactions. They are putting title and escrow on the blockchain for closings and escrow service they're using, or crypto escrow services, they're using Coinbase. So Propy, like I said, they are leading the charge here and working with different realty companies around the country, creating NFTs for properties and much more. So deeds, titles, everything on the blockchain, and you can buy and sell your properties with crypto on this platform. It's amazing. And this is why I invested in the Propy token, because I noticed they were leading in this category. And even billionaire investor Tim Draper is invested in Propy. So if you'd like to learn more about Propy and all their great services, guys, go to propy.com. Link will be in the description. Okay, folks, we got big news coming out from Wall Street giant Franklin Templeton. They have expanded their $594 million money market fund to Solana. So similar to BlackRock and these guys, Franklin Templeton has been tokenizing, putting money market funds on the blockchain. Many of you may recall my interviews with Sandy Call, who heads up digital assets at Franklin Templeton. And I've interviewed a couple of times. They are doing a lot of great things, guys. Well, they're expanding to Solana. They highlighted here that Benji, which is the name of the tokenized fund, is now on Solana. So incredible adoption. To watch these Wall Street legends, these TradFi incumbents now jumping all in on crypto, expanding on multiple blockchains because they understand the future is multi-chain and there's going to have to be interoperability. So just huge adoption news here. Now, a report coming out from VanEck says that state-level Bitcoin reserve bills could drive $23 billion in buying. So we've been seeing a flurry of states filing or introducing their Bitcoin strategic reserve bills. I had reported to you guys last week that Utah, their version made it through their House and it's now headed up to the Senate. And you could see these states start to buy Bitcoin, guys. We know there's a bill on the federal level. So imagine the states just getting their bills through and starting to buy on their own. It would be incredible. And many of them may go the route of buying ETFs, or they may hold it directly through a custodian, of course. So VanEck, they're saying this could drive $23 billion in buying. And it makes sense, as Bitcoin obviously is a better version of gold. You know, many consider it to be digital gold with enhanced attributes and properties better than gold itself. So watch out for this. I'm surprised how these bills are making it through and the momentum they have. So don't be surprised if states get this done first before the federal government, which sometimes is usually the case. But nevertheless, very interesting. And as you can imagine, it will start with Bitcoin. And then as folks get more comfortable, it will go to other coins and things along those lines. Now, final news item here. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce weighed in on meme coins. She was interviewed, I think, on Bloomberg. And here's the headline: many meme coins likely fall outside the SEC's jurisdiction. So this is interesting. She's saying, look, meme coins may have nothing to do with the SEC. And it could be because the nature of meme coins, because they're almost fly by night, right? They could pop up tonight and then be gone 2 days later, right? We saw that with Dave Portnoy, Hawk Tua, and all these crazy meme coins, even Trump's. It pumped so hard, but you go look at it right now, it's down. Melania coin is like dead, right? So meme coins, I think, is like going to Vegas. It is pretty much gambling. It's not investing, in my opinion. It's like playing the lottery, going to the casino. That's what I liken it to, and I tell people. So it's interesting that she said this, and she's saying that Congress is going to have to give the guidance here. And boy, do they have to give guidance. Where does this fall? Is this like the gambling industry that has to handle this? I don't know. But there's needs to be some sort of regulation here because look, even casinos and betting sites and so forth are regulated. There's regulations there, right? Because you don't want the casinos robbing people, rigging games and so forth. Now we know the house always wins, that they're in the business of making money, but we don't want them outright scamming people like some of these meme coin people. They start up some memes, they put it out there, they pump it, a lot of people buying, and then they rug you, and then you lose your money. So maybe the SEC, this is not so much the SEC's job, another agency, I don't know, the gambling industry. I have no idea, but we'll have to see. Maybe it's a combination of the SEC, CFTC, and whatever agency handles gambling, honestly. So we'll have to see. But I was surprised that she said it has nothing to do with us. Here's a quote. There are lots of people introducing meme coins right now, and facts and circumstances matter. But many of the meme coins that are out there probably do not have a home in the SEC under our current set of regulations. So maybe Congress updates the regulations where they do have to review this. I don't know. This is a tough one. But guys, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Big nominations by President Trump, pro crypto folks coming into these agencies. So very good sign for the industry and the asset class. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Guys, a great way you can support me in the podcast is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It is 100% free. It's on Substack. Link will be in the description. Be sure to grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital. Check out my new course, mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that teaches you all aspects of crypto from A to Z. Best of all, it features expert commentary. Hear from founders, CEOs, institutional investors as they explain the different aspects of crypto. No other crypto course offers this, guys. This is very unique. And of course, it has videos, full text write-ups, and downloads. And you pay a one-time fee. You get a lifetime access that you can go at your own pace, share your access with your friends and family, and much more. So if you'd like to learn more, guys, go to mycryptocourse.com. All right, folks, thank you for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.